So I stopped in at Little Tractor in Harrisburg, Illinois today, and Ronnie was there, a really good guy to work with as far as sales and tractors and stuff, but he was out there with a potential tractor buyer. So anyways, I kind of pulled over and we started talking, and the potential buyer, his name was Eric, shout out to Eric, started asking me questions because Ronnie's like, hey, you know, Kapper's got several tractors and he's had quite a few. So it got me thinking, maybe I'll put out like my 5 top best suggestions for new tractor buyers on the top 5 things that I think you want to take into consideration and what you might want to get for options if you're going to buy a new tractor. So coming in at number 5 is make sure you get a loader on it. 90% of them already have a loader, but you definitely want a loader on it. It's way more useful and versatile. But with the loader, you're going to get a standard bucket, but try to get 2 chain hooks welded on, 2 or 3 or 1. Sometimes they'll do it at the dealer, sometimes you got to hire a welder, but they're invaluable. You need chain hooks on your bucket for pulling things, lifting things. They'll serve you well. Coming in at number 4, if you don't drive a big rig and you're used to clutching, I would recommend getting a hydro transmission. That's basically an automatic transmission. It's got a forward pedal and a reverse pedal. It's a lot easier to use and way more user-friendly for a new tractor owner. Coming in at number 3, most compacts already gonna have it, but get a 4-wheel drive. They call it front wheel assist technically, but your machine will be way more versatile and it'll save you in some tight spots with the 4-wheel drive. Coming in at number 2, speaking of 4-wheel drive, get your rear tires loaded with fluid. Most dealers will do it these days. It used to be kind of corrosive in the old days, but now they use beet juice and other stuff that is not going to rot your rims. But putting fluid in those rear tires gives the tractor a lot more stability, because that weight is the lowest to the ground. You know, your tractor's going to sit up a foot off the ground, but when you load them back tires with fluid, it's like right at the ground. So it'll make it safer from a tipping hazard with fluid in your tires. And before we get to my number 1 tip, speaking of your tires, do some homework on what kind of tires you're going to be getting. My first tractor had R4 industrials, and I wanted them because they were a thicker ply since we're in rugged country. But I've since then learned that the ag tires are much better for traction. So whether you're getting turf tires, industrials, ag tires, or a hybrid tire that they have now, do some homework, think of what you're going to be using the tractor for, and pick your tires accordingly. And my number 1 tip for new tractor buyers, if there's any way, shape, or form you can afford it, get a cab tractor. We all know weather is kind of crazy, especially down here in the mid-south. We get super high heat, we get a lot of humidity. So for the extra $100 a month, if you finance it, bump it up to first class, as Filippo would say. It's well worth the money. Everyone over the years that I've suggested to get a cab tractor, not one of them, not one, has ever said they regret it. Just think of the weather, you know, think of when you want to go out and bush hog, think of the winter when you want to go plow snow. If there's any way you can afford it, get yourself a cab tractor. That's my top 5. Best of luck if you're going to buy one. Don't forget to take a look at KIOTI. I obviously support them. I've got 2 of them. They're great tractors. All right, we'll see you on the next one. Thanks a lot.